Hello and welcome to On the Flats. I'm your host, Sophie Gonzalez. I got to sit down with Tech's water polo president, Kevin Henley, and captain, Charlie Oliva, to dive into the details of the team's strategies and how they hope to use water polo to impact the community. Charlie, you're originally from Ohio, and Kevin, you're from Maryland. What made you decide to come to Georgia Tech?
Basically engineering. Coming out of high school, I wanted to do engineering. I was looking at those engineering rankings that are released every year, and I saw that Georgia Tech was pretty far up there. Being from Maryland, we usually look at like Penn State, Virginia Tech, but came down for a visit, saw the campus, great weather, good-looking campus, and I've decided that this seemed like the place for me.
And I had a kind of a list of schools that were all pretty similar academically with Georgia Tech, and so I came down here as a senior in high school, and I went to one of our water polo tournaments, and I kind of met a couple guys on the team, and it kind of helped me push Tech up at the top of my list. And I have a house in Thomasville, Georgia, that kind of made Georgia make sense from Ohio. You gotta have some kind of connection to the state of Georgia, I think. So, water polo and kind of my connection to Georgia kind of did it.
Charlie, it sounds like you've had a lot of experience playing water polo before coming to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I played all through high school, 4 years at high school. It was up in New England. It's a pretty popular sport, maybe not so much in the Southeast. It's growing a lot in the Southeast, but it's very established in New England. There's a lot of teams, maybe not quite as good as California, but so yeah, I played all 4 years in high school, so I was ready to go when I got here.
And Kevin, did you have any experience swimming or playing water polo before playing on the Georgia Tech team?
Swimming, no water polo though. Unfortunately, water polo was not an option at my high school. In retrospect, I really wish I could have started this sport earlier. So when I came to Tech, I decided that I wanted to play water polo, hopped in the pool, and it's taken off from there.
What are your goals for this season?
I think nationals. I think it's a simple goal. I think we kind of had our coach put out a poll, like what do we want to accomplish this year? Because it is a club sport, so it's kind of a combination of intense but also fun. I think all of us, it's not necessarily our priority number one at the school. It's definitely maybe obviously behind the academics, and for some kids even behind another thing or two. So everyone wanted to see what did we want. I think we were pretty motivated this year by a lot of our players kind of prioritizing being a strong team, and I think beating Georgia is a huge priority, and so we've kind of focused on that all year.
Yeah, we're a club sport, but we're a club sport that is historically one of the best, if not the best club in the Southeast. Mm-hmm. And so nationals is always our goal.
What have been some of your favorite moments playing for the Georgia Tech water polo team?
I'd say, we were lucky to travel a lot as a team. I think somebody coming out of high school in Boston, I would have never gone to Auburn or Florida State or Tennessee, and visiting some of these schools, being able to play teams around the Southeast, it's been kind of a fun experience, checking out other parts of the country. At least that's what I enjoy outside of the pool. Obviously the water polo itself has been a great time, but I guess that's one of the bonuses of a club team that maybe you wouldn't get kind of just being a regular student at Tech.
Yeah, I'd say the travel's a blast. Getting out to all these different campuses is an incredible experience. If I'm looking at a more specific moment, I would say beating Florida State last year at the Chris Young Invitational at Auburn. Now, Florida water polo has they usually have the upper hand on the rest of the Southeast, and so put one over on Florida State, especially in the championship game of a tournament after they beat us in that tournament the year before. That was a good win for us.
When and where do you guys play your home games, and what sort of tournaments will you be involved in this year?
We do tournaments in in Athens, Georgia. We go to Auburn, so those are close. Actually, championships are in Athens this year. Okay. And so we play games within the vicinity of school, but unfortunately none on campus.
My freshman year nationals were at Tech, so that was a great experience. That was the one tournament we've been able to do here when I was a freshman. Emory's also right next door.
Also Emory,
so it
yeah.
Really is it's a big. I guess it kind of is a bit of a bummer that we don't play here tournaments, but we get tons of playing time throughout the year here on campus, and we're able to travel. It's really also close that it's not that difficult to travel with the team.
So how has the Georgia Tech water polo team contributed to the community?
Well, the Georgia Tech water polo team, we have strong ties to the Georgia High School Water Polo League. A lot of our players are refs for the league, volunteering their time. I am the coach at one of the Georgia High School water polo teams, the Greater Atlanta Christian School, that we pull in players from, I think, Peachtree Ridge, a couple other high schools in the Norcross area. And we generally, we want to create an environment where water polo is growing in the Southeast. When water polo does well in the state of Georgia, it'll help Georgia Tech, because those players are going to be coming here for college. They're going to be familiar with the sport. They're going to have experience playing the sport. And I think our outreaches to the Georgia high school program has really paid off dividends, especially this year. We got a great class of freshmen, most of whom came from Georgia, which is unusual for us.
Yeah, like for example, I come from Boston. I played in Boston, and we used to rely a lot on kids coming from California and Boston and Ohio, where you can't necessarily guarantee that students like that are going to come. A much higher percentage of Georgia students are going to be at Georgia Tech. So if we can get Georgia water polo to be stronger and kind of help contribute, it's fun too. It's fun coaching, and I love the sport. He loves the sport, so getting out there and playing with the younger students is a good time. And hopefully one day it'll kind of build into more of a program. And I think we're well on that track with our current freshman class. So.
When you're not playing water polo, what are some of the hobbies you enjoy?
So I'm co-oping right now, so I'm able to do that, which works well with water polo. So water polo practice from 8 to 10, Mondays and Wednesdays, and we have opportunities to practice all around Atlanta. So you can practice pretty much every day in water polo with our team, which is cool. So kind of that, co-oping and that, and then I'm also in a fraternity at Georgia Tech, so that helps too. That's kind of another fun thing to do. I think balancing kind of school, Greek life, and water polo have kind of been this way I've been able to keep kind of balanced. And if ever the fraternity was, as a freshman, a little challenging, I could say I had water polo practice, go and get away from that. And if school's tough, I can jump in the pool and kind of refocus and kind of get it all out of my head. And so water polo's been a great way to balance kind of everything I've done at Tech and keep me focused in general, I think.
Oh, is there more to life than engineering and water polo? I don't know. I've been running the team for 2.5 years now. I've been president. And so that cuts into your free time a little bit. In my free time, I have season tickets to the Atlanta Opera. Oh wow! So I enjoy going out there. They put on 3 to 5 shows a year, so I get out there whenever I can. Just generally just checking out the Atlanta music scene, stuff like that.
So Kevin, you're set to graduate this May, and Charlie, this is your 4th year at Georgia Tech, so you've had a lot of time. What would you both say is your favorite part of Tech? And Kevin, what are you going to miss most about Georgia Tech?
My favorite part of Tech, I honestly think it's that balance I was talking about, being able to be in a fraternity, being able to play water polo, being able to be an excellent academic school, and kind of be able to balance it all while being in a great city of Atlanta. I can rave about this place all day long, and I think that's kind of that balance, being able to do a lot at the school. It's kind of what I've always liked about this place, and I think that's going to be what I miss a little bit. Water polo, you can play outside of college, which is kind of nice. Up in Cleveland, Ohio, I'm in this men's league team. There's a men's league in Atlanta, so you can play it out of college. But being able to really be a part of a team that's everyone's the same, around the same age, we're all students, kind of have a lot more in common than maybe a men's league team where you've got guys that are, like Division I players and guys that learned how to play yesterday. It's a little bit different of a range, where it is here. It's kind of more organized, and so I guess that kind of the balance of all I do at Tech, and while still I'm thoroughly enjoying this place, is what I'm going to miss.
I don't know. I feel like maybe a bit of a cop-out answer, but I definitely would miss water polo the most. Atlanta's nice, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to be living near a master's team, when I graduate. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to miss water polo. Except water polo is a sport, that you can play for the rest of your life. Like there's a master's team, Dynamo in Chamblee, and there are guys there that are recent college grads, 22, 23, and then there are guys there that are in their mid-40s and been playing their whole life. So water polo is a sport that you can play for your whole life. But I'm gonna miss playing in the college environment. More tournaments, having enough time with my life to, spend six weekends a semester off campus playing.
Charlie and Kevin, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck to you both and the team this season.
Well, thanks for having us.
As Charlie and Kevin make waves in and out of the water, we wish the team the best of luck in their upcoming tournaments. I'm your host, Sophie Gonzalez, and thanks for watching this episode of On the Flats.